Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Final Fantasy Tactics. In the last episode, we made our way deeper into Riovanna's castle and found Wygriff waiting for us. Ramza and Wygriff fought a one-on-one duel to begin with, then after we beat him up, Wygriff turned into Velius and brought 3 of his friends, so we brought some friends too. We ended up beating them up as well, although kind of by the skin of our teeth. It was a pretty tough battle, even well prepared. In this episode, we are going to do the third and final battle in Riovanna's castle and finish Chapter 3. Now, I will note, I went ahead and changed Ramza back to Ninja because the only reason he was Lancer in the last battle was so he could equip the Chameleon Robe. That is not necessary anymore, so I have him back in good magical ninja goodness, I guess. Everybody else is pretty much the same as well. The only thing I will note that I really did in terms of abilities and such is I gave Tabitha Kiyomori. Kiyomori is a samurai sword attack that you can use to give your allies in a 3-3 radius protect and shell automatically. It is 100% accurate, so you don't have to worry about the possibility that it's going to miss. So, wonderful thing to have. Particularly if you're at the beginning of the battle, you can go ahead and buff up allies real quick. Particularly since a samurai goes fairly, well, decently fast anyway, you can go ahead and buff up allies and have everybody ready to go. Alright, everybody else though I think is pretty much in the same way. I will note I didn't take the Jade Armlets off my party yet, mostly because I kind of forgot to, so whoops. But I'll do so off camera. It's not that big a deal right now, particularly for this battle because, well, you'll see momentarily. Okay, there is one other thing I do want to mention in regards to strategy for the upcoming battle, but I actually don't want to mention it yet because this battle is interesting. It's a little weird. And I want you guys to see that first, before I show you the strategy about how to get around it. Because this third battle in Riovanna's castle has really crazy AI that can pretty much doom you from the start. Now, how can you get around it? Well, I'll show you, but I want to show you what ends up naturally happening in the battle first, just so you can see what you're up against pretty much. So, I think that pretty much takes care of everything, so let's go ahead and head on into this third and final battle at Riovanna's and finish out Chapter 3. Okay, you notice? We're on a nice little line, so... oh boy. Okay, now. Alright, what you want to prioritize in this battle, and this is for before I put in the good strategy, and after I put in the good strategy as well, just in case, I guess. What you want to prioritize is basically speedy damage, kind of like we did with the second battle. You want to hit and hit hard and hit quickly. Alright, now it's not really going to matter where you put Ramza. He is going to actually start out in front anyway. So go ahead and put him in the back and have your fast fighters, your really damaging units, go up front. So that for us is going to... There we go. That for us is going to be Timothy and Agrius. And then for my fourth member, I actually want to have, because height is going to be a big problem here, so Mustadio actually is not really going to be able to do much. I want to go ahead and put, let me go ahead and put Tabitha in, actually. So with that, I think we should be good to go. Welcome to battle number 32 at the roof of Riovanna's castle. Fool, this is what I get? Revenge for kindness? Why do you think you're even still alive today? Because of me! I took you out of the garbage, or did you forget that already? Revenge for kindness? You burned the village! You're the one who killed my parents! And you say it's revenge for kindness? No, it's justice! Justice? How can you kill me? I'm your father. I raised you. I'd like to see you try and kill me. You can't. And do you know why? Because your body recalls the terror. Don't worry, that terror will gradually subside. Is that true? Is what you said true? You're turning on me too? You're both ingrates. I'll kill you! Stop it, Rafa! Malak! Malak, are you alright? Rafa, Malak! So, you're Ramza. Don't move. Rafa, if you want to help Malak, bring the stone here. Malak should have it. Find it. That's right. Bring it to me. Hurry. Gah! And she just politely and quickly chunks him off the building. Can you hand me the stone? Marquis Elmdor, why are you here? No, give it to me. And he gets himself his own little wind blow there. You notice that? His hair just went all poofy on everybody? Rafa, watch out! They're not human! So, you're Ramza the heretic? I never really thanked you for doing me this favor. Thank you. I don't want to have to get rough like Vormov did. Please understand. Now, hand me the stone and I'll ask Vormov to return your sister. Where is Alma? Bring her back! Didn't you hear me? Give me the stone first. No, I won't. Are you abandoning her? I thought you came here to save her, knowing there'd be danger. Very well. I didn't want to get rough, but... Cilia, lead, go ahead. That girl has the stone. Get it back. And thus we have our battle with the objective, protect Rafa, which is the really weird part of this mission. Okay, now I think my ninja should go first, so that's going to be... Oh, never mind, Elmdor goes first. You notice Elmdor is an Arc Knight, which means he has samurai abilities. And he's going to use Muramasa. This is typically what he does first turn, is he will do that area attack, and it's not going to kill Rafa, but it is going to hurt her pretty well. Okay, now, I want to point out a couple of things first before this. First off, let me go ahead and highlight Elmdor, and let me highlight his sword spirit, which is basically, it's pretty much samurai except a bit more powerful, in essence. He has Hamido, so if you try to attack him individually, he will probably be able to hit you back. With 70 Brave, that's going to initiate a lot of the time. Hamido's a pretty good reaction ability. Blade Grasp, in many ways is better, but Hamido is pretty darn good too. He's got two hands, so he's double gripping that Muramasa, and he's got Ignore Height, so he can go pretty much wherever he wants. No confusing him, no charming him, because he's got the Enkai armlet to guard against that. So, yeah, he's a tough cookie, and you notice speed of 9, he's not playing around. Now, something else I do want to note about Elmdor, and I'm going to actually put up something that you could have seen before you came in. There is a rumor at the bars around Ivalice about Elmdor being dead. This is why when Ramza talks to Rafa, that's why he tells her they're not human. Because Elmdor is no longer alive. He's no longer a human being. He's a vampire. Yeah, we'll see that come into play in fun ways later. Now, the two ladies over here, they are assassins. And they have double weapons. So they've got two Kiamoris, which is wonderful. And they have the use hand ability, which means pretty much they can kill anybody whenever they want. So, yeah, they're a bit of a force to be reckoned with too, and you're going to have some trouble dealing with both of them. Lead is pretty much the same way, except she's just got different swords and a different faceplate. Okay, so what do you do in this battle? Well, what you want to try to do is try to take somebody out as quickly as possible. Take them down to critical, that's the main goal. Because, if not, Rafa's AI will screw with you so bad. So if you have fast characters, you can actually do this. You can actually, and I might actually be able to pull this off. Holy crap. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity and Well, if this actually works out, I will show you guys in just a second what happens if things go wrong. So, let me go ahead and do that. And yeah, this might actually work out. Okay, well, I didn't take her down to critical, so we might need to go about doing something else. Oh my god, Rafa's actually retreating. This rarely happens, like ever. Usually what she does is she just charges straight into battle, and then you're pretty much screwed. Oh, speaking of being screwed, you see stop bracelet? 100% chance of death. My god, that Weatherman would love to have that accuracy. Okay, so what are you gonna... You're gonna 100% dead Ramza, great, okay. Yeah, no going back from that one. That is why it is imperative in this battle to be able to move quickly and strike quickly. Otherwise, you're in a lot of trouble. So, okay, let me go ahead and take her down. I think that should do it, actually. And once you get one of these three into critical, I don't recommend it be Marquis Elmdor because, again, Hamido, holy crap. So you'll want to take one of the assassins down. So once you do that, this battle is over. Because once one of them is gone, all three of them will retreat, as you'll see in a moment. So, that's it. I see why Kechlane and Velius were beaten. Cilia, lead, retreat. Listen, Ramza, if you want our stone, come to Limberry Castle. We'll be waiting. And off they go. Malak. And thus ends battle number 32. I really didn't think I could pull it off without the alternate strategy, shall we say. So we get 10,000 gil for our troubles, and that's pretty much it. Brother, look, it's dawn. Remember how we used to chat until dawn about things? I wanted to travel with you. We were going to go to the Galthana's hometown after the war. Remember? Brother, say something. Alma. What's this? It's responding to Rafa's spirit? It grieves Malak's death. Weiger's despair and resentment summon Velius. Then... You too grieve his death? Thank you. No, Rafa, it's... What? Oh. Brother, Malak! Rafa, where am I? What happened? Brother, I'm so glad. That hurts, Rafa. Of course, this is Malak speaking. Somebody called me. I don't know. I've never heard that voice. The voice said, "Return to the ones with the right mind." The right mind, sorry. I thought I was going to say right mindset for some reason. And, yeah, there's Islud's stone, or the stone that Alma was carrying. The Zodiac Stone. Here? I didn't think God made holy stones, but more evil. Well, Lucavi made them to land in this world. I guess it means whoever uses it will have to deal with the problem. Alma. I do find it interesting given everything that happened because of course we've seen the Holy Stones used in respect to monsters. I mean, we fought off Cardinal Draclau and now we fought off Velius, and of course Vormov has a stone. Now we know that Elmdor has a stone. And so generally how we've seen these stones used is for power, is for gaining strength or for what have you. Of course, Islud had a stone, but he never did actually use it. It's interesting, I think, to see that really what you see with the Holy Stones, particularly in light of Malak's resurrection, is that these stones are simply tools, just as you would see any other tool, a gun or a car or what have you. The power is not in the stone. I mean, the power is in the stone, but it's not a power specifically for one thing or another. It's not good or evil. It simply is. And you see, obviously, Vormov and Draclau and Wygriff and others used it for power, used it to exercise some sort of agenda or hatred or what have you, and thus summoned monsters from it. Whereas Rafa, in essence invoking the stone and mourning her brother's death, invokes the power of life from it. And I find it interesting that stone has the power for anything that its user really wants to do. It is ultimately, just like really any other tool, up to the user itself. Tired of the standstill, the Hokutin tried to capture Bethla garrison by mobilizing the knights at the front. And with that very, very short end of Chapter 3 moment, we get to recruit Rafa and Malak into the party. I generally don't use Rafa and Malak in battle because I'm not a big fan of their default ability to basically be random. I don't like the randomness of it. Now, to be fair, Rafa has, I think of the two, Rafa is probably the better of the two because she has a high faith, which means that she is a much better user of her truth ability rather than Malak's untruth. And also, she is a pretty good mage if you want to take her that direction. You notice already, without any sort of leveling help, she has a 9 in her magic stat, which is pretty good. She also has a 9 in her speed stat, which is also pretty good. So, I don't know. It's up to you whether you want to use them or not. I'm going to go ahead and recruit them to the party because I like to recruit all the principal story characters into the party. Now, that is ultimately going to leave not much room toward the end for others, specifically for monsters. So, you will want to you'll want to note that if you want to cultivate monsters, you're going to need to keep that in mind. Okay, and yes, I do want to go ahead and save. And I think I'm going to, let's see, let me go ahead and, yeah. All right, since we're done with this, let's go ahead and save here. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and close off now, at least for the main content in this episode. And I'm going to go ahead and toss in an extra little bit about what to do if you find this third battle of Riovanus being a royal pain in the butt. If Rafa's AI goes nuts on you and, well, you happen to see trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the main content off here. I'll have a little bit of extra to tack on the side. And next time on Final Fantasy Tactics, we will begin the fourth and final and longest, by far, chapter of Final Fantasy Tactics. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later. So, what do you do if you run into a situation in battle number 3 on Riovanus Roof, and you find that Rafa's AI has gone completely crazy? You find that she has done what she usually does in the battle, which is charge straight at Elm Door, the assassins charge straight at her, and she dies in one turn. Well, that is when you do what we call, colloquially in the community, the naked archer strategy. Basically, you, well, strip a female character of her equipment. Now, you don't have to strip her of her weapon and her accessories, just her armor and such. That ultimately makes her very vulnerable, and the assassins will then go into battle and target her, as opposed to going after Rafa, which is, of course, if you're trying to protect Rafa, that's what you want to do. So once you do that, after you get done stripping whatever character you're going to use, then go ahead and go into battle. Now you notice, you see there, instead of the assassins going after Rafa, who, as it turns out, is right in their midst, the assassins instead go after other characters, and in doing that, they take their focus off of your party, and if you can exploit that well enough, then you can actually go ahead and take these guys out the easy way, because you'll have the assassins focusing on going after, well, everybody else, and instead you can target them and make this battle a little easier for yourself. So, if you end up having problems with this battle, the best way is to go about stripping one of your female characters, preferably placing her toward the back where Timothy is. So actually, in the formation list, that would be in the front, as it turns out. And if you do that, that battle should be a little bit easier. So, thank you guys for joining me for this alternate strategy in addition to the original, and I'll see y'all later.